Hello, everyone. This is Yonks with ReToken, the Real Estate DAO, and this is our weekly core team planning call. And one of the things that I'm super excited, and as you know, if you've watched any of our live streams, I am constantly super excited because what we do here at ReToken is very, very fun. But the thing that I'm most excited about is I'm going to be able to just co-host this today. Blurs at the Chad is going to be stepping up, and I don't know if you noticed Blurs, but you'll be able to see it because it'll be pinging you on the Twitter Periscope. That's one of the streaming channels that we use, but we've got a lot of stuff going on here, and I'm going to hand it over to you so you can drive the show here today.
All right, thanks for the introduction, Yonks. So let's go ahead and get this going. This is the core relaunch. I spent literally minutes on the PO app, as you can see here. So let's see what we got going on. Pulling up the Trello. Oh, whoops. There we go. All right. How's the Zoom for everybody? Does this need to be bigger or in the YouTube land?
It could be a little bigger. I found like 250 or 300 works really good on the Trello cards.
Okay. Let's do that.
That was great.
Whoops. Okay, my Trello skills are gonna or lack thereof are gonna be for everybody to see. All right, so let's take a look at the agenda. Going down to here we are. All right, so relaunch team. So when will our weekly call occur? Is there any thoughts on rescheduling us? Is that what you're thinking, Yonks, or is this something else?
Well, no, this is
oh, this is content. This is content, not the core.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So
yeah, sorry, my bad.
And this is just kind of like to echo our overall relaunch strategy, and wanted to do some recognition to Mrs. Yonks for leading the mighty launch team. We've got one of our BIDL proposals is to BIDL an inclusive and platform agnostic community. And I know that that's a lot of words in there, but like one of the, and when we say platform agnostic, like right now, the core hub of the ReToken community is around Discord. And like we know that Discord can be a little much of a learning curve sometimes for the uninitiated. And we really listen to the feedback that we were receiving from our community. And this is our ongoing efforts and commitment to provide a community that is inclusive for everyone, even though that Discord just... So anyway, that being said, Mrs. Yonks held a demo for Mighty Networks. Mighty Networks is one of the community platforms that we're evaluating. We also on the Google Calendar, and this would probably be good if you could, Blurs, to switch to the Google Calendar. And this is one of the things that we were talking about, like for those that are contemplating how to get involved in ReToken, you've kind of been maybe on the sidelines or wondering whatever. And if you're watching the live stream too, like feel free to chime in and ask us questions on the live stream. But one of the things, especially here during December, we know that everybody's got a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of stuff going on here at ReToken. And now that we have some additional people stepping up in the form of leadership, we're introducing this team captains component as an element of our relaunch strategy. And like one of the other tools that we're looking at like is Coordinate. And you can see on Blur's calendar, that's actually on the tail end of this meeting, right immediately after is and that will be the second weekly call that we've had, and we're planning 5 here over the next coming weeks on Coordinate. And that's a tool for distributing rewards. So that's one of the frameworks that will allow us to provide more scalability, and it'll be great. Like, and that's one of the things too. Like we've been having a little bit of conversations about DAO diplomacy, and this is something that there's an increasing amount of DAOs for people to participate in. And as a component of implementing our own ambassadors program, one of the things that Mrs. Yonks and I are doing ourselves, and there's other people that are also going through some ambassadors programs, but we're actually going to be, and I'm actually already going through the onboarding process with BitDAO, and we're going to, on the implement Coordinate, that's one of the things I'm going to actually show you the permissionless capabilities of Coordinate right now with how that we are doing that. And so if you're interested at all about DAO tooling, make sure that you continue to hang out here today. And again, that's going to be on a different channel. I don't even think that I've got the YouTube created for that. And that's something that I'm going to do here during the course of this so that we can get that fired up, because we're going to go live on that one in about an hour at 4:10 Eastern time. So different Zoom channel, different YouTube for that. So, but the to go back and in great reference of Blur's special POAP today, we're going to circle back on that. And what we're wanting to do again is do a better job of getting the events out there on the calendar. And we also have within Discord, we are continuing to use the Sesh event. If you prefer to receive an email notification, that's one of the things that another tool that we're looking to implement to improve all of our communications. And that's one of the things like content team, like, because every tweet, every email, every communication is a content. And that's one of the things that another BIDL proposal that I put forward was we BIDL a content factory. And one of the books that I have referenced and will continue to reference is Content Inc., because I do consider ReToken, the Real Estate DAO, that we are a content DAO. Like, and we're hanging out here today on Zoom live stream. And I do want to just go through real quick. I'm gonna get a screenshot. As everybody knows, I love doing my screenshots, and this is where I'm going to get a screenshot of everybody. And I'm just going to go down the list and just thank everybody for being on here. It's in no particular order. So we've got myself, Blurs. Thank you again for stepping up to lead the core team during this relaunch effort. Really appreciate that, Blurs. And just to provide a little reference on this team captain dynamic, we're looking at doing this a 4-week cycle, and that's in line with how we're looking to evaluate the Coordinate tool. And I really think that that will provide a nice opportunity. Again, like another BIDL proposal, we've got all kinds, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that. And it'll be an ongoing conversation as a part of this entire ReToken relaunch strategy. But going back to the list, and again, thanks, Blurs, for stepping up to host and be the core team captain during this relaunch initiative. We've got Andrea, and we've got Crush, and Blackfire's just joining us here. Dax, D-Sign led his very first core team captain or dev team call. Sorry, D-Sign dev team call, and he had a limited edition POAP. If you weren't on the dev team call yesterday, you absolutely missed it. It was fabulous. Make sure you check our YouTube channel for the replay on that. And to continue on, I can't remember exactly where I left off, but Crush, Dax, D-Sign, Michael Martin, I do see your hand raised up, and I'll come back to that. Oh, thank you for taking it down, Michael. Poopster, Ryan, Teresa, and Tyler. So we've got, and I see the party hat there from Michael. So feel free to use the emojis. This is something that we are going to get better at. And one of the needs and opportunities that we still have, and I'm going to continue to put this out there to the YouTube live stream universe, is we're wanting to continually elevate our live streaming experiences. And one of the opportunities and needs that we have is somebody to be the live stream producer. The tool that we're looking to utilize for that is OBS. If you're interested in that, pop on our Discord, send myself or Mrs. Yonks we've got a new thing. I'm going to actually talk about that in our Discord. We're trying out this new, and I think that can be a content strategy. So if you're interested in getting in on the content conversation, like if you like creating content, because it's anyway, I'm not going to keep on going there. I feel like I'm kind of blabbing right now, but I'm gonna kick it back over to you. That was the introduction there, and then yeah, I'm done. Thanks.
All righty. Let's see. Just trying to get a little note here. But was there anything on with respect to the weekly call that you added to the agenda here?
Oh yeah. So going back to the calendar, we do have the content. So we've got 2 opportunities on Monday, and this is one of the things. If you're interested, we've already put circle.so that came up, and thank you for Ernest. And just to provide a little bit additional perspective, based upon where we're at, in my opinion, it would really feel irresponsible not to fully evaluate in a proper manner before we say, okay, well, let's just lean heavily into Mighty Networks and not really fully evaluate other situations. So those are the 2 conversations on Monday. If you're interested in this, creating a platform agnostic community, those are the 2 conversations that you want to be on Monday: circle.so and the content team conversation. So specifically, we're going to be talking about Circle, and we'll have some more conversations in Discord if that's something that you're interested in. And one of the things trying to figure out too is, and this is an ongoing conversation, and we're open for some ideas. We do have a Mighty launch team Discord role, and this might be the opportunity to potentially create a Circle SO launch team or whatever. And the more that we can get differentiated, because we've heard the feedback that people have provided too many notifications, and one of the ways that we can dial in the notifications is by having more granular roles so that we can ping people that are relevant only when they need to be. And I think implementing some type of Discord bot where we can, make it easy for people to change those. There's been several conversations here and there, ongoing conversations, and our conversations are always ongoing for tools, because there's always additional tools that will be coming out. Just anyway, we talk about tools all the time because it makes our life easier. So I see that you've got a bullet point there for the lettuce.
Oh, we lost Yonks. I'm assuming it's just me or just him. Oh, are you back?
I lost him too. I'm
right.
here.
Oh, Amy's here. Let's let her in.
I got it.
Cool.
I got her
All
in
right.
for you. Is my connection better now?
Yeah, you're good. You're back.
Okay. So on the lettuce meet, and this is something that I'm going to be creating a lettuce meet to figure out when will make the most sense for that. And one of the things, trying to be respectful too of people's times. One of the things that we've really discovered, I know my personal limit is 2 hours. I know I've been on some of our 2+ hours, and I really start fading after 2 hours. So doing 1 hour for one type of topic and another hour, here at the tail end of this, we're going to be doing a focus on implement coordinate. So that's one of the things, just trying to be a little bit more strategic too from an event scheduling standpoint, give people different opportunities. And the nice thing, I don't know if people have used Let Us Meet. I've used that in some other scenarios, and it was nice. But we'll kind of play around. It's a very easy tool as far as and this will be a good experiment to see if it's something that we like. It's a little different type of functionality than Discord polling. But again, this is just one of the opportunities that we can to show our commitment to developing a platform agnostic community, because using a tool like Let Us Meet for the coordination of when is the best time together. Because if we're doing some type of poll on Discord and somebody's not on Discord, then that would exclude them from participating. So a tool like Let Us Meet that's web-based is a good example of how that we can be intentionally thinking about tools that we can fulfill that platform agnostic opportunity. So, and that being said, one of the other things that we're going to have to consider from a tool standpoint is Zoom. Zoom is a key component of our live streaming strategy right now. Zoom is definitely a paid service, and it's just something to be thoughtful about. And there's going to be more opportunities. I know that there's streaming stuff that's in the pipeline, but I've been rambling a little bit, and I feel that somebody else. I'm going to kick it back to you, Blurs.
Just a side note, I think Brave just launched its own conference platform too that may be worth exploring, but that'd be a segue for in Discord to discuss. And then, yeah, anyway, we'll take that offline. There may be other options too. I'm a big fan of Zoom, use it in my fiat farming. And I'm pretty much in a Zoom half of my workday every day. So, all right. So going on to Dev ReLaunch. D-Sign, are you on? There he is.
Yes, sir.
All right. Why don't you tell us a story?
We had a great launch yesterday. I think we had 7-8 people show up. We just talked about the mission for the dev team right now, which is kind of handling some of the pain points that DAO management is coming up with. Mainly those two things. The main two things right now are POAP management and event management. So we're working on workflows right now to get those more streamlined, and eventually we would like, after we get the workflows in place, we're going to start automating the process as much as possible.
Awesome. Okay. So starting with oh, go on.
Hi, Blurs, to try to chime in. What was the design? Could you explain what is the pain point with the POAP currently? You know, I have implemented or at least configured the degen bot, and we were able to successfully, you know, distribute POAPs to the folks, attendees. Right now, currently, there was, you know, the Discord had an update, and apparently the new patch is preventing degen from DMing everyone. So that is kind of a blocker right now, and the degen team is currently working on it. So they have a workaround in place right now. So we could utilize the workaround for now, but eventually you will be able to you know, send out, you know, like auto DM to the attendees, you know, in a batch manner. So, you know, that is the current status. Besides that, I'm not. Can you explain what is the roadblock, or what is the obstacle here?
I wasn't aware that there was any automation already being done with it. I thought Amy was doing all of this manually.
I think the biggest opportunity, Dax, is my understanding as it exists right now is that the degen bot is geared for Discord as far as tracking the participation. And we obviously, on this call and all of our other LiveStream calls, we don't use Discord for facilitating the participation or fulfillment of the event. So the opportunity is to work with Bankless to integrate behind the scenes the degen and elevate degen's current capabilities so that it can track our Zoom participation for the calls and then update that information into an Airtable in the backend and then automatically distribute the POAP there. And I have been in some Discords here within the last, you know, couple of days or the last week where the degen bot is doing the in-channel instead of the DM functionality. So I've absolutely collected POAPs here from other degen bots on some other DAO servers. So I think that's the biggest opportunity as far as really elevating degen's capability to go into how that we're facilitating events within our environment. I think that this is potentially one of the things that we can and should lean into. And when I say lean into, like we've got Ernest here chiming in on YouTube. And one of the strategies that we've been doing, and this is again where we're looking for the timestamp keeper role. And one of the reasons for that is to enhance the SEO of our content, but then also just like really positioning ourselves like, how fabulous would it be if somebody went to YouTube and they searched for DAO and our content was always coming up first, because we're creating that solid of content on our YouTube channel. So anyway, that's a digression, and we'll be having more of those conversations on the content team call. So I'm gonna go back to the conversation here on the live stream and kick it back over to you for MC in here, Blurs.
All righty. Okay. Yeah, I sat in the not the DGen call. Yeah, well, it's kind of a DGen call too. The developer call. Yeah, really awesome just to see the momentum kicking off. So really exciting. But moving on, they've got the ambassadors program. So let's see what we got here. Any updates on the ambassadors program that we want to discuss? Do we have a calendar item for this? No, we don't.
And that's where I'm going to be using the Let Us Meet specifically for the scheduling of that. And this will be a good test. This will functionally be the first time that we've done Let Us Meet for coordination. And this is just to kind of plant some seeds. And I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but just wanting to also facilitate that in some dynamic through these other platforms that we're evaluating as well. So like just kind of that's the great opportunity during these evaluation windows. And I wanted to thank DSign for sharing that other article as far as some circle alternatives. And we look forward to, because this is the window to evaluate that. And one thing too, if you could hear Blurs, I wanted to kind of talk about the governance process that we've got. And this is something that I kind of had a little bit of a revelation as far as just utilizing Discord a little bit better as far as like the Seshbot for doing polls. And like, and we, through discovery, found that like in the events using Seshbot. So that was one of the questions that I had. Discord has, rolled out.
Oh, you are frozen.
So apologies for the Wi-Fi here. I don't know if the neighborhood, shared internet. I'm looking forward to more alternatives coming down from the satellites, but that's another conversation.
Okay, yeah. So you want a new agenda item for governance process you want to talk about right now? Is that what you're saying?
Well, just it's more of a little bit of a tweak. And go ahead, if you could, Blurs, go to our voting proposals channel on Discord. And this was another thing too. I've been doing quite a bit of changes. So go up to the DAO Gov category.
I get lost here. Okay, here we are.
Okay, so and this is one of the things, like, because the DAO Gov, like you were talking about a webhook for Snapshot, and this would be a great channel where we could just have like snapshot notifications, and that could be another channel in this category. And part of the reason that broke this out, like, go to the threads up there, see that number 15. So I've been on an absolute tear, and this isn't something, I don't have time allocated to talk about all these. I want to talk about 5 though, and this is a call to action right now, because we've got, just close this right now. Let's go to the little rocket ship behind you. So go ahead and scroll that down. So this is kind of an emoji here. This is a call to action. If anybody has it, because like, take a look. How long does that time have left on this Seshbot? When is the end time of it? Are you already voted? Let me see if I voted on mine. I don't know if it'll.
Here, I have apparently not voted on whatever.
Well, you better vote, or you're not going to get some REtoken, because this has got some bonus REtoken here, and this is the call to action that I was talking about. And so this is like wanting to kind of simplify the process a little bit, as far as these are 5 proposals that I'm planning on doing after I get caught up on the airdrops. And the reason that I haven't kicked these off over to Snapshot yet is, like, wanting to kind of give people, but there's a lot of proposals there, and these are the 5 that I prioritize. So go back. Let me just, and I might be able to read it a little bit better on my screen. I can read it there. So the first one is we biddle a REtoken relaunch. So this is kind of like the master proposal, if you will. And one of the things that I think would be really fun here is when we finish this relaunch here in December, after we bring on more REtoken members, and this is some of the functionality that we can explore, kind of just put this in the dev like thing that we can implement here in December. But one of the we love POAPs. I mean, go back to our POAP here, like the circle back one for today, Blurs. So we love POAPs, and the opportunity. One of the cool things as far as the snapshot is that you have the technical capability of whenever somebody votes on a proposal, then you can receive a POAP for that. And I've done that a couple times with BitDAO. It was a really cool experience. Not going to go into details on that, but that would be one thing that we could do to like create a really cool POAP to really like, hey, we've done a fabulous relaunch here in December, and then we can like have kind of like a commemorative POAP for voting on, and we can figure that out. So anyway, just kind of putting that out there, some fun ways that we can leverage the DAO tools that are in our toolkit, if you will. So let's go back. That was the first out of the 5 on the Discord. There is these. So go back to Discord if you could, Blurs. I'm just going down the list of those 5, and that was the first one. So this is the second one on this list here is we biddle passive income with real estate for everyone. So those people that have been participating in our white paper working group, and this is one of the other opportunities. If you haven't participated, you still can. We've got our 6th and final one. We had to bump it up a little bit. We've got it on the calendar for 6 o'clock Eastern time on Tuesday, and the working group has committed to get that finalized within that working group. And it's going to be a little bit of an extra effort because we also reduced that working group to an hour and a half. So I did make some changes here. I'm going to communicate that after the fact as far as a little bit of stuff that I put forward on that. So anyway, going down to the next one. This is something that everybody's been talking about, or most everybody anyway, is a KISS philosophy. Keep it super simple. So we biddle with the KISS philosophy, and that's the 3rd one on that list. And then this is one that I've already talked about, is the 4th one. We biddle in inclusive and platform agnostic community. And this is one that I'm really wanting these we biddles to really like. And this is something that I'm still thinking as far as, and would love to have some thoughts too, because I think that the opportunity to, again, lean heavily into this, make this a part of our overall content strategy. And we'll go more into detail on that during the content team meeting, as far as how we can really use this we biddle and ReToken relaunch to really like make this a full-blown relaunch campaign. So going down to the 5th one there is we biddle our community platform with Mighty Networks or Circle SO. So one of the things that wanting to do on this, and we're not necessarily in bed with either one of those. I mean, like until Ernest brought forward Circle SO, I mean, and we're already like, how many people, Tyler, do we have that have signed up for Mighty Networks so far? Like 10 or 11 or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. And people are already starting to comment and post content, so that's pretty exciting. But yeah, I wasn't familiar with Circles, so if there's a better tool out there, I'm totally open to it.
Yeah. So, and we'll again be having both of those conversations. So if you're not a fan of Discord or you hate Discord, those are the conversations to join in, because you have the opportunity to be foundational in the decision process for the direction that we're going to take here during ReToken Relaunch Month. So that was the 5 proposals. And again, to echo on that call to action on that sesh poll specifically in Discord, I think that window is closing in like 20 minutes. I need to make sure that I voted on it myself, because I would feel kind of stupid if I created that and didn't vote on it myself. But that's another thing too, is wanting to hear and talk about different ways that we can incentivize our community. We are a tokenized Web3 community. Love what we're creating here. And let's see, I'm going to take a look here because, like I said, I don't want to miss that window. And I think I set that up specifically to close here at, no, I already voted. So that's, again, that's going to be closing, I think, at 4 o'clock. And I'm going to kick it back over to you because I'm going to focus here and let you MC and have some conversation, because I need to get the live stream scheduled up that's coming up here in a half an hour, where we're going to have our second conversation on implementing Coordinate. And again, if you didn't participate in our first Coordinate call, it's not too late. But, you know, like if you really want to be active and participate in Relaunch Month, you know, and you're thinking about it, stop thinking about it and just like start showing up and have some fun here. We're all learning together. So anyway, back to you, Blurs.
All right. So let's see what we got next. I think I got this covered here with the governance process. Let me get a little link to that voting item, just in case anyone wants a direct link. Copy message link. There we go. Got some dead air while I do this. All right, here we go. Okay, moving on to Mighty Launch Team. I think, Tyler, you want to chime in here with an update from your Mighty Networks launch yesterday?
Sure, thanks. So we had a great Mighty Launch Team call. There were, I think, around a dozen people on it, and the whole goal of it was kind of 3 things. One was, a lot of people think Discord is confusing or overwhelming, or they just like something that's a little bit more Web 2. So we wanted to be welcoming to those people. Second, Discord is a good chat app. It's not great for searching content, so we wanted to have something that was a little bit friendlier to search. And then 3, we have an opportunity through Mighty Networks to do classes, webinars, different tools and resources on that. And we also have an opportunity to set up a freemium or premium community if the community wants to do a level that we charge people for. We also have the opportunity to gate specific pieces of content, like a class or a designation or whatever. So the other thing that we had talked about from a strategy standpoint was setting up an affiliate situation where people who want to promote the content the paid content that we have, if we create it, could do that. And then part of the money would go to ReToken and part of the money would go to the community members doing the referrals. So again, all stuff that's up in the air right now. Ernest brought up Circles. So I was doing some research on that last night. The big takeaway was Mighty Networks is a very comprehensive all-in-one platform. Circles is much more of a Lego blocks, pick what you want. If we want the entire thing, Mighty Networks is better. If we want to kind of pick and choose and plug in what functionality we want as we need it and kind of add it on, then Circles might be better. So yeah, great call. Thanks everybody for participating. And thanks to everybody, Ernest, Blackfire, Dax, Andrea, several of you posted comments and content, and that was all pretty fun to log in and already see stuff populating. So yeah, wanted to see if anybody who had been on the call and actually done something with Mighty Networks or anything to add that I missed before I give it back to you.
And real quick, I wanted to chime in because this is going to be a little different as far as from a snapshot strategy standpoint, because one of the things that going to go ahead and do to move this conversation forward a little bit, and it's just more of kind of like I've mentioned before what we're doing here, DAOs as it exists today, and DeScience POAP echoed that to the nth degree. Everything is a work in progress here. And I like to call this, what we're doing, like it's an ongoing social experiment. Like we're very early. The tooling is under construction. I mean, like Coordinate, I think that they just released that to the community at large here over the last, 3 to 6 months. So all of this stuff is very, very formational. And, we as a community, we're barely just getting started ourselves. And that's like one of the things we're calling this a relaunch month. We officially launched in July, and then we got snapshots set up during the Gitcoin Decentralized Governance Hackathon in August and September. And now, with everything where we're at, we're doing a very intentional and architected relaunch here, creating new teams, implementing new tools. And so going back to the snapshot proposal, gonna move one forward. And this isn't like a final set in stone deal. So what we're gonna do again is here in another 7 days or so, 7 to 10 days, move another snapshot proposal forward. And that'll kind of be like the final one, if you will. So don't feel like, and that's one of the things too, is that we're wanting to utilize these proposals. We put a lot of proposals forward, and thank you, Blurs, for going over here, because this is one that I want to speak of and want to recognize and acknowledge DeSign for creating. This was his first improvement proposal. RIP is a REtoken improvement proposal. And if you haven't voted on this and you hold REtoken right now, go vote, because the voting ends on this here. I think we've got one more day, so it's not done yet, but it's ending up here pretty soon. And that's one of the things that we do intentionally from a vote closure standpoint, as we try to end it where it ends like in conjunction with like this core team call on Sunday or our community call on Monday. So this is a great proposal, and this is one that we love hearing. This is one that he put together, and it's just providing a framework where we can, where people that want to, like, we have a lot of roots ourselves as far as a hackathon. We ReToken participated in the Gitcoin Decentralized Governance Hackathon, and we won 2 bounties for that. So we have a lot of heritage ourselves as hackathons. We'll be talking more about that. We'll be talking more about funding in 2022 as well. So back to you, Blurs.
Okay. Let's see. All right, moving on to actually, we got 12 minutes left. Let's talk about this is something that was just announced today. HAL 9000 is a blockchain integration tool with a lot of free functionality. And what I'm just going to go ahead and do it. It's free, no work, no impact anyone, is that I can create a notification, and it already found ReToken DAO in there, that whenever a proposal is created in Snapshot, it will post to Discord that it was created. Because I know we have a little bit of a gap there, and we kind of rely on folks to manually post in Discord that, hey, I posted a new snapshot. This will be fully automated. So I'm gonna I'll finish this up whenever I get a chance. So pretty cool. This used to be a paid feature, and they just announced today it's free. So I'm gonna jump on that.
And feel free, Blurs, like this is just, again, one of the things that we have already done and encouraged to think about too, is we need to operate within like a framework of creating bounties. And this is one of the things that we're working on, establishing some workflow and processes. It's super like preliminary right now, but like we've already provided, I think that there's a couple Trello cards that are still in the to be distributed. Like I think DAX for implementing one bot's got like 50 ReToken coming, and then like, for setting up DGen, Amy and I thought 100 would be a fair amount for doing that. And then the other conversation of that is that we need to also be good stewards of whenever that we're creating this type of stuff, is that we also have documentation to support that. And we are getting an increasingly full, it's far from full, but I've been adding a lot of content. And this is, again, something that we'll be talking about during the content team. But we do have on, and why don't we just go over there, Blurs, on our docs page, docs.retoken.info, and take a look at that, because this is the repository that I'm talking about. This is our main document, and we have a community plan on Gitbook because we are an open source community. So thank you, Gitbook and GitHub, for giving us the nod on our open source community. So the one that I was taking a look, so go to community tools. This is, the HAL 9000 that you're talking about. And this would be a great page where you could just make a HAL 9000, because what I was seeing there is it looks like it has other hook capabilities, because, like that would be a great opportunity to post to Twitter. I like right now, all the tweets that have been done on the ReToken channel have been manual tweets that I've sent. And this is an opportunity that for people that love social media, hop in the content team call. Like we're wanting to create, like there hasn't been any conversation yet about creating ReToken incentives for tweets or other social media posts, but those conversations will absolutely be happening via the content team channel. So but yeah, that would be, like look at that as two bounty opportunities. One, implementing the Discord webhook, and then two, creating some documentation on Gitbook to document that so that everybody else knows what we're doing here.
Yeah, sounds good. I will take care of that. Okay, cool. That was an easy one. And the last one we got, the holidays are upon us, and we need to just figure out what we're going to do with our meeting schedule in the coming, 2 or 3 weeks. So let's hop on over to the calendar, wherever it may be, and let's take a look. So I'm going to assume the 19th would be will be fine for everybody or most folks. So I think we should move forward with that unless anyone objects. And then maybe skip, say, the 26th. Does anyone object to that?
The 26th is my birthday, true story.
Oh, okay. Then
That's
maybe we
Christmas, baby.
maybe we should meet then.
Put me to work.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And then the following would be the second. The second would probably be okay or we could just play it by ear for that. Anyone have any other inputs? Otherwise, I'll just mark that down that we will skip the 26th at least, and then we'll circle back.
I knew you were going to say circle back. It gets addicting. Because that's the right word for a lot of things.
You were ready on the mute button to jump in there. I did hesitate, and then I just kind of emphasized it. Let's see. I keep getting lost in the notes here.
Hi, Blurs, this is Amy.
Hi,
I
Amy.
think that date is okay. Anyway, if people can't attend, they'll say no. So I think that would be a good time to start 2022.
Okay, on the second.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Okay, that is actually all we have on our agenda today. I don't, or actually, no, I guess we got these items. I don't remember exactly what we do here. If we have anything to discuss on these options, working groups, task force, DAO business opportunities. I guess we just have people chime in if they have something. Is that what we do, Yonks? Apologize for my lack of memory.
Yeah, and this is just, during the last 5 minutes is a good opportunity to, let people chime in and then just re-emphasize the upcoming events. The Google Calendar, unless you're anti-Google, that's something that Mrs. Yonks and I have gotten a lot of value out of, and that's something that we're even advocating in some of the other DAOs that we more actively participate in, just out of selfishness, because we've gotten so much value out of having that here in place. And again, this is something that the people that are acting as core team captains, and I can't remember if I spoke about this, but I'm going to talk about it again. If I did, is super fluid. This has came up a couple times. Did I talk about that already today, Blurs, during our live stream or not?
Hey, Jason, we've got coordinate starting in 5. Do you want to just go ahead and wrap this up so we can start that call and everybody has a chance to?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea,
quick
because I need to finish getting this done, because I need to get this event created in the next 5 minutes. They're going to have to curb the live stream again. So true story. And this is, again, I'm so looking forward to, some of the automation, because this has been a very huge pain point for me. And the reason that I do it is I do believe that the efforts that we're doing here as far as a content strategy will pay off. And one of the other things that I didn't talk about, and real quick, go ahead and save this, because I do want to talk about this, because I haven't communicated in any other manner yet, is let's swim over to the bounty board list. I see it like right under your little woodchuck guy or whatever your little profile pic is. So I added under the bounty board, it's right there on the, so I created a couple more opportunities, like I think 4 or 5 of these. And like this one right here, draft proposal to use Superfluid for team captain bonus. So this is something that I would really like to see somebody else architect a well articulated proposal for doing this. I have no problem doing it myself, but I think these are ones that I created here just within the last couple of days, and I haven't even had enough opportunity to communicate it. They popped in my head. I mean, I talked a little bit about this. Create proposal, or no, like this was another one. Wanted to thank Blurs Day, Mrs. Yonks, and D-Sign, both all 3 of those people. They've created some. And do I have on here? There's another one too. I did want to talk about this real quick.
Jason, you got 2 minutes, and before we get another call starting.
So Seed Club 4 accelerator application. This is something that I think Julie brought forward. That's something that we can take offline. I really feel like with everything else that we've got going on right now, I think that we should curb conversations. But if somebody feels objection to that, we can have some side conversations. But the other one that I was looking at there is the document improve process for the bounty board. And this is some conversations that I would really like to see happen amongst the team captain. But like Mrs. Yonk said, we need to wrap this up, and I'm going on mute right now. Thanks everybody for hanging out here today. Love what we're doing. Thank you, Blurs, for leading the call today. Looking forward to our relaunch effort here this month.
Hey guys, we'll see you here in coordinate if you are there.
Yep. Thanks everyone. And see you on the other side in 2 minutes. Have a good one.